Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will demonstrate to you how we analyze Google Trends data using R. So, what is Google Trend? Google Trend is a trend search feature. It's a feature or service offered by Google where you can view whether a trend is on the rise or decline. Trend means in the text of Google search or Google queries. Alright, so you can actually go Google and search for Google Trend, right? So here in this video, I'd like to demonstrate how you can analyze Google Trend data using R. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to use two libraries here. Okay, one is Tidyverse because I'm going to use ggplot. You can just use library ggplot also, no problem, but just put it there. And then another library called gtrends R. So let's have, I want to show you two case study. One is for the case of trending, another one for the case of seasonal. Alright, so we start first. Okay, first let's see, first you need to define the search, the keyword that you're looking for. First, let's say we want to look for the keyword. Right? We define first the keyword. Um, you know, let's say for now we just create this as a vector first. Let's say I'm looking for the, okay, because I would like to see, or let's just analyze how COVID-19 is behaving in Google search query. Okay, so let's see. Stick to this COVID-19. Okay, so first, for the keywords now, okay, keyword one is so keyword, and this is the keyword that I'm searching for. Okay, second, let's define first our location. So, you can use any name you want. It's just that we're going to define first our location, right? So, okay, if you want to search the whole world, you can actually use this, right? Or you can actually stick to the two-digit country code. Alright, so if you want to know more or further information, you can see the documentation for GTrends R. But I'm just going to show you a very simple and fast way for you to search first. Okay, then you can actually refer to the documentation if you want to go more advanced kind of search. Alright, so geo. So here means on. Alright, second or third, we need to define, let's say, our channel. Okay, channel here stands for whether it's web search or news or images or YouTube search. So, for our case, we just stick to, let's say, web search first, alright? And now, the last important thing that you need is time itself, right? Let's define time. So there's a lot of shortcuts or short for you to write. For example, past 12 months, you can actually use this parameters, alright? So let's define time first. So we can actually use, alright. Okay, this stands for the past per month. And finally, you combine all this together. Let's say I'm looking for COVID, okay, trends. Alright, and then the function they're going to use called gtrends. Right? This is the function that you're going to use. And let's combine all these things together now. So keyword, alright, and then geo, and then channel, and then time. Okay, for now, all these four actually are different. You can write here straight away, but this is much more easier for you to see what is happening, right? So these are the four parameters you need. Okay, so this is for the past. So now we just can start to compile this, right? Alright. Alright, so I need to run the library first. Let me run the library. Right. Okay, now. Okay. So now I'm already collecting the data. You see, the data in Google Trend is actually a time series data, right? So now, in order for you to visualize this, we just use function plot, and then we use our newly generated data called COVID trends, right? COVID. So let's try to plot this. Alright, so you have some sort of line chart. Okay, it's a time series kind of data or time series kind of chart. Time series with the date, and also your x-axis is a date, and your y-axis is a search hits. Okay, so this is something the Google call as interest over time. Okay, interest over time. So basically, so you can actually customize. Let's say you do want to know for the past 12 months, you can actually manually or customize your date. Let's say I want to know about 2020, maybe March 1st till 2020, April, today is 11. Okay, so you like to know something similar to this, or even if you want to know on maybe around 15. Okay, never mind, we make it 5 lah, right? Okay, no worries on that, so we just do this. Okay, then nice. Let me. Okay, so we have collected the data and now try to plot again. So so you have so this is the how to say the fundamental of you using Google Trends in R. Okay, so very easy. So whatever keywords you're looking for, you can just type here, and then you can actually define your geo, your location, the channel you're looking for, and then type, and finally you can actually plot this. Very straightforward. Right, so what is interest over time? So as I said before, it's a Google score. Okay, so when it's 100, it means it's very popular. Let's say 50 means it's half as popular, and 0 means nobody cares. Okay, it's nobody search that term in the Google search. So basically, that's how you actually build your Google Trend. But let's see what we can further from this. How we bring this to the next level of the analysis. All right. So maybe you're interested to look for a trend. Look for a pattern, for example. In time series, two things you can actually look for. You can look for a trend, or you can look for seasonal. So let's continue with this. So I'm planning to use ggplot now from Tidyverse. All right, ggplot. So the data that I'm going to use is the COVID trends. Okay, and then I want to create a line chart. Never mind, we can define the aesthetic here also. Alright, the aesthetic here also, where is my X is my date. Alright, and Y is my hits. Right, Y is my hits. So if you want to know more, okay, if you want to know more, you can actually let's say we go here. I'm trying to demonstrate everything in the notebook. You can usually use console also to actually view what is happening. So this is roughly how your data going to look like. You have date, and then you have hits. Okay, this is how your data actually going to look like. Okay, so that's why I'm going to use these to actually plot. Okay, I'm going to use this actually. So that's why I use my X as date, my Y as and then I create a simple geo line chart. Okay, a simple line chart. So let's see whether it works or not. Does it work? Okay. So what do you think we can actually change from here? Okay, so how you think we can change? Because you see, this is not a data frame. So what you need to do now is, okay, what we usually do is, because you are actually go back here, okay, see how COVID trends. So it means this is actually not a data frame in the first place. Okay, you need to take. So it's actually a list of. Okay, so what we can actually need, we need this interest over time. So what we can do here is, let's say we COVID, all right, interest over time is actually COVID trends. All right, and interest over time. So it means now you create a data frame, and then you change your data into this here. Right? So now you compile. and everything looks fine now. Okay, so now you actually define your aesthetic as a date and y hits, and then you create a geomap. Okay, how else you think you can go? Okay, since maybe we can go back a bit. Maybe I can put this on 1 maybe so that you can just see the trend. Alright, let's see whether you can see the trend. Alright, so now you can actually start to, because I start from 1st of March until today, and then, oh sorry, not this one, and then you can actually plot this. Alright, you can see the trend is starting here. Or if you really want to see, you can go way a bit back. So we start from February. Let's see anything happen in February or not. Okay, let's see whether anything happened in February. Let it collect first. So now we go here. So you might see a flat or non-popular kind of time. Okay, so then suddenly you can see things are going up a bit here. Right? Things are going up here. So this is the chart. So let's say we go back here. You might see a flat zero. So in interest over time, zero means not popular. Then you see slowly it's getting popular and popular and popular, and it's increasing. So another way in R you can actually show a trend is we can create a smooth line, okay, or we use the function in ggplot called geom smooth. So now we try to include here geom smooth, alright. Okay, maybe we can, actually okay, let's say we give a span, right? How you want to span? Let's try an error first for now. Let's say I put 0.5. Okay, and I don't want to see the confidence here. Okay, let's say I set it as false. And let's see what happened now. Okay, so can you see? So by having this kind of a smooth line, it's much more easier for you to observe a trend. Okay, because I'm very sure this is not going to be repeating. Alright, so the main idea what this trends actually means, alright, what trend actually means. Okay, so let me show you. Alright, as I said in earlier, so trend, a general systematic linear or non-linear component that changes over time and does not repeat. I'm kind of have a feeling we are not sure, but for now this is the trend here. And if you really want to check whether this is not a seasonal, okay, so you can actually go way back behind, like 5 years or 4 years or something like that. For now, by having this geom smooth, you can have a, let's make it much more nicer. You can actually set the, okay, you can define your labels. So I just want to make it nicer, so I just define my label. So let's see, we have a nice label here. Okay, you can have a nice label here. So, right. But the thing is, I want you to notice one thing. So if you look at here carefully, so there's one point here, things are actually increasing. So if you go back and did some Google search, actually I also did some Google search. I tried to find out why around here there's some sort of spike. Actually, because on February 11th, 2020, WHO announced a name for the new coronavirus disease, so COVID-19. So means after this announcement, so people started to search. Okay, people started to search, and so a lot of people are interested on what is COVID-19, what it actually means. So you can actually think or find out what is the related queries, and then slowly you see it's not, once people already know what COVID-19 actually means, it's not that popular anymore compared to the previously. Alright, so this is how you analyze what is trending in the web or in the Google web search now. Alright, so I want to show you another case study. Okay, so this case study will help you to show you how a seasonal pattern looks like. So since you go back to earlier of my video, then you know how to create. So I'm actually interested in durian. So durian, is kind of a famous fruit in I'm from Malaysia, so durian is kind of a famous in Malaysia. So, and it's a seasonal kind of fruit. You cannot get it throughout the years. Okay, so there's a peak throughout the year that you can see a lot of durians and people are selling things. So let's see whether this particular behavior in the real world and the Google search terms are somehow related, right? So I try to I think you already know what I'm doing here. So you go back and check. So what I did here is I want to check for my keywords durian, and I specify not world anymore. I try to niche it to Malaysia, web the same, but the date is for 2 years. Okay, from today, let's say today to 2018. Okay, roughly around 2 years. You can even use. You check the documentation. You can use like past 5 years. You can use that, no problem. And then I try to combine this. Alright. So the main idea is I wanted to show you the difference between a trend and also a seasonal kind of trend. Okay. And alright, so the durian is done. So now we can actually start to plot the durian trends. Alright, so this is what you actually get. So, the first observation is you kind of see is, alright, around July each year, 2018 July, 2019 July, it's a bit, there's a spike here. Yeah, there's a spike here. Now we can actually use ggplot to analyze further. So just like how I showed you previously, we use ggplot, but before that, you need to get the data first. So durian trends, or maybe I put here durian interest over time. Okay, then use durian. Durian trends, and the data that I need interest over time. Alright, so now I use my ggplot. Alright, so the data that I need is durian interest over time. Alright, set my aesthetic to x is date and y is hits. Alright, and then I add my layers. I'll add my line chart here. The line is always the best suitable chart for you to observe trend or seasonal. Okay, and then I want to create a smooth line so that it's because smoothing is a way of you to see the trend also, right? And then I use geo smooth. Right, I have that. Set my span. Alright, span. Just try first. I put 0.5, and then I can remove my confidence level. Alright, so let's see what is happening here. Okay, maybe not 0.5, actually 0.2. Yeah, kind of better. Maybe let's see 0. Alright, yeah, okay, so it's better. So means that now you can see. So can you see the difference between a trend and also so just like COVID case here, let's say this particular trend here is repeating every maybe within few months, then you can see it's a seasonal. But for now we cannot see anything on the COVID case here. But you clearly see it's a trend here. Alright, you can clearly see it's a trend here. But for the case of durian here and especially in Malaysia, okay, you can go back and change this into the whole world or other countries maybe. Okay, but in Malaysia you see every time around July, okay, there's a increase. Okay, it's an increase, but it's repeating. So can you see the charts actually are repeating? So this is example of seasonal kind of trend. So means that let's say you want to write a blog about durian, you want to create a product about durian, or you want to create a social media post about durian. I think July will be the best time, beginning of June. But I'm quite sure December is not a good time for you to talk about durians, right? Or November maybe not a good time. But July, August seems like a very good time for you to talk about durian or to do anything with durian thing. So for this I already demonstrated how to use Google Trend for you to observe the trend or for you to observe the seasonal trend. Okay, so another thing I would like you to check out, once you generate, I want you can actually go to this link. Okay, there's a very interesting visualization provided there on the volumes of durian produced throughout the year. And you're going to see that that particular chart and this chart, they look the same. Okay, can I say correlated? I'm not that sure. Alright, but whatever happening in real world, let's say the production or the farm, the durian fruits are increasing, and then it's the same. And then there's another interesting research paper how you can actually use Google Trends to actually predict whatever happening in the real world. Alright, so this is a case of dengue and also how the Google search damage happened. So that's it. So I would like to summarize this video. So I demonstrated to you how to use Google Trend first. Alright, two libraries are needed. For Google Trend you need this library. Okay, very useful library. And for extra manipulation, or you can actually use the Tidyverse library. So these are the four main parameters you need to decide first. The keyword that you're looking for, the location, the channel that you're interested, and then the time range. So based on this, you can easily plot whatever you're looking for or whatever problem you're trying to solve. So thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more interesting video on data science.